Let's look at 9 social movements and compare them to the dog menace. Did you guys ever notice that there's a lot of social and economic movements out there, yet they turn a blind eye to all of the problems that dog culture brings into the human environments? Let's start with Amnesty International. Okay, so what's this all about? So this started Portuguese students, and these are global human rights movement, over 8 million people in more than 150 countries. Um, so human rights, humans are killed by dogs all the time. Um, what's going on with that? Never doubt a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens that can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Margaret Mead. So that is attached to their movement, huh? Well, you know what that sounds like? That sounds like the people that critique dog culture. Yes. So let's look at the next one. Let's just move through these fast. Women's right to drive in Saudi Arabia. Okay. How are women in Saudi Arabia going to get to drive when they're being killed by stray dogs? Yes, over there in Saudi Arabia, they have a problem very similar to India, very similar to what we have going on in some of our states. Stray dogs killing women and children. So, um, you better do something about dogs too. All right, how about another one? Marriage equality for the LGBTQIA plus. Okay, well, how are you going to get married if you have less and less and less and less people that will actually marry you because they're choosing to get married to dogs? Yes, that's right. People are married to their freaking dogs. Plenty of information out there about it. Here's one little thing. People just choose to be with dogs instead of get mates. How are you going to promote a quality marriage between humans at all, no matter what their sexual preference is, if you're making humans get a dog instead of a partner? Choosing a pet over a partner is more common than you think. A poll of 3,500 dog owners. Oh, dog parents, sorry. So, yeah, that's. Let's go. Let's just go to the next one. Me Too. Oh, okay, this is in Hollywood. Started with Harvey Weinstein. You guys remember this one? Talking about strength in numbers, sexual assault, and rape and harassment. Well, this was all about women, right? Or other communities or people that are marginalized. Well, little poor kids and women and children are constantly being uh, maimed and killed by dogs. So, great. You want to be part of this movement? You need to talk about dogs too. Let's go to number 5. Movement against apartheid. Oh, okay. South Africans. Okay, this is about voting rights. I know there's a lot more to this, but I'm just moving through everything fast. Okay, so part of this is they didn't allow certain people to vote because they just simply didn't want them to, and it was based on skin color, but other things. Okay, well, it's the same thing with dog owners versus non dog owners. Dog owners are allowed to vote for everybody else. Like, hey, we don't want to go to the park and have our children and our black kids bitten by dogs. Who cares? Dog owners want to fill the parks with dogs. Hey, we don't want to have streets full of stray dogs that kill our little kids, and we're not dog owners. Well, too bad you don't get to have a vote for that because you're not a dog owner. So this apartheid movement is very similar to what happens with dog culture. People that don't want to be around the menace of dogs are not allowed to have any say. So yeah, very similar. Let's go to number 4. Girls' rights to education. Well, it's hard to be educated when you're getting killed by dogs. So this is in Pakistan. Okay, Pakistan. Interesting. Oh, check out what's going on in Pakistan. Stray dogs all over the place. Toddler dies. A horde of stray dogs kills an 8-year-old girl. Well, if you guys are going to be concerned about a girl's right to education, how come you don't educate girls on how to defend themselves from dogs and allow them to? You honestly need to be giving these girls brass knuckles and ninja swords if you're going to allow them to be around these packs, not just one dog, packs of stray dogs tearing up these girls. Hard to get educated when you're in the hospital or dead from a dog attack. Okay, what about the indigenous land rights movement? Okay, that's an interesting one. Well, humans are indigenous. For example, in India, the Indians that live there, they're indigenous. Yet stray dogs are allowed to kill Indians. Stray dogs are allowed to kill Americans. We are the indigenous humans. We should have the right to go to a subway, a park, a school bus stop. The link will be in the description. Dogs attack people at school bus stops. So, indigenous land right movement. Yeah, this movement I know is not necessarily about dog culture, but hey, indigenous land rights, humans have indigenous land rights. They shouldn't have to go around stepping in dog shit, being attacked and killed by dogs. What's going on in India is a perfect example of this. I'll put a link in the description. Let's go to number 2, school strike for climate. Okay, this is the Greta Thunberg thing. You guys remember this? All about global warming. The earth is going to end. See what Greta Thunberg said? I want you to panic. Wow. Dogs are a huge part of the climate crisis. If we believe everything that the climate crisis tells us, well, look at dogs. Dogs pump out CO2. They suck up our oxygen. They displace our oxygen. Look at the cars. A big part of this is fossil fuel usage. Cars are constantly full of dogs sitting there with the air conditioning on while the people go shopping. People are using cars and planes to bring dogs across borders into other states. So, all the human activities that go around spoiling and deitizing dogs, they break all the rules of this climate crisis thing. Carbon footprint, dogs breathe CO2 out like crazy. Plus, they use tons of animal products. So, let's go to number 1. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Sweet. George Floyd, right? Yep. Okay, so we got to protect black people. We got to stop letting cops beat up black people. We got to do all this stuff to protect black people. I mean, hey, that's great. They're humans too. I totally agree. However, our current dog culture targets black people in many situations. Police dogs, little kids. Dogs are even marketed towards black people. Watch some of the advertisements for allergy meds and vacations and types of cars. You will always see something going on with a little dog running in the back. Even like Home Depot and Lowe's videos where they show a person painting their wall, they'll have a little dog running in the back. So, where is BLM on any of these cases? Where are you at, BLM? The social movement that wants to protect black people. When it comes to dogs, putting black people in the hospital, pregnant black mothers, fathers, people with other problems that they're trying to deal with, disenfranchised, marginalized. Yeah, all of the people that say they're all about protecting black lives, they just look the other way. So, that has been a quick look at 9 social movements that claim to be helping people, yet not one thing about dog attacks. So, let me just double check myself, just in case I got it wrong. So, we're at the website of one of those social movements, and I'm going to type in dog attacks because we should be protecting these people from dog attacks, right? Sorry, no results were found. That's right, no results were found. So, social movements versus dog culture. What's going on, people? Why does dog culture get away with literally everything that we won't let anyone else get away with?